Welcome to Bellbrook High School for tonight's regional semifinal matchup between the 4-seeded Mason Comets and the 1-seeded Centerville Elks. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Ben Haller. How you doing tonight, Ben?
I'm doing outstanding. I'm excited to be back with you, Evan. It's been a while.
Yeah.
With that illness, COVID, and
glad to be back. Glad to be back. Good timing. Got a game today. Got a game tomorrow. So.
Yep. And this one, you're in for a treat. Rematch of last year's regional semifinals. That's where Mason fell to Centerville. Mason coming off that double overtime thriller against Seton. Carly Kiefer put in the penalty kick in second overtime. Centerville coming off an overtime game with themselves going against Milford. They won that one 1-0. And winner of this one could potentially face MND, a tough team, #1 in Cincinnati. And they handled Mason pretty well, 4-0 in that game.
Yeah, some of the keys to the game of the Comets have to be able to capitalize on those scoring opportunities. We're able to pull it out against Seton the last game in overtime, but all year they've had times they've struggled offensively. They had a stretch where they tied 3 games in a row earlier in the year. So if they can get their offense going, that will certainly help them out a lot.
Yes, Centerville, it's all about the young girls. They have 3 sophomores who are in their top 4 in scoring. 2 sophomores, 1 freshman. 4 of their top 5 leading scorers are underclassmen. And their star, especially in this one, coming into this game, is going to be Savannah Connor, only a freshman, and she leads Centerville in scoring.
12 goals, 5 assists on the year, good for 5th in the GWAC. So underway here early. Comets with possession, going out of bounds. The Elks throwing.
For Centerville, for Mason, another big thing is getting off to those good starts. We said the same thing about the boys team. The girls team kind of struggled a little bit with it took them a lot to force to overtime in that Seton game. They scored with, I think it was 5 minutes left on the clock. So they've been down a few times this season, and they fought back pretty well. It's just getting off to that better starts.
And Centerville, kind of the exact opposite. They won 8-0, 4-0, and 1-0. So they have not given up a goal all postseason. So they're used to playing with the lead. So maybe a Comets goal would put a little extra pressure on them. Miley Weidman, the junior, to Connor. Comets trying to win it back. Now Connor dribbling down. Right side a little bit too far, so Comets goal kick here.
It was good defense for the Comets. I know they play a pretty high line, so it's big for them to not give up those goals early. They didn't give up their first goal until the second half last game against Seton.
And Centerville able to win it back again, doing a pretty good job controlling the time of possession through the first 2 minutes. Connor trying to cross it in. Comets able to win it. No Elks really in the area. A good clear.
It's been an up and down season when you talk about a team like Mason, or whether they're more of an offensive minded or defensive minded team. They've gone through runs all throughout the year where they've scored a lot and they haven't given up a lot of goals, and it's really just as of late recently is when they've been able to put it all together.
Yeah, they're coming off 8 wins in a row. Before that, they tied 3 in a row. But undefeated in the GMC on the year. So Allison Copley, goalie for the Elks, send it away. Comets able to win it back again. Pass a little bit too far there.
You know, we talk about these young players for Centerville, but arguably one of their best players, Allison Colify, the senior goalkeeper for them. 88.9 save percentage on the season. She's only given up 7 goals, and She's been a big piece for Centerville. Mason, on the other hand, they got a young one, freshman, Annalise Knight. And it's a weird situation. They played Knight and Dahlgren all season long, kind of half and half, switched them off from the first half to the second half. But Dahlgren unfortunately suffered that injury in the last regular season game of Mason's season, so they had to go with Knight. And only as a freshman, it's tough to call on a freshman game in, game out, every single half when she hasn't even put together a full game. But she's done so pretty well so far in the postseason. She's only given up 5 goals on the year.
An opportunity there, but that's a little bit wide to the left. Pretty easy one for Knight to come down with. Certainly harder in the cold weather when you're a goalie as well.
Yeah, we saw luckily we don't have that wet weather that we had, that Mason had against Seton, where Annalise Knight had a ball just slip right out of her hands and go into the goal, and that's what gave Mason their deficit 2-1. That was the second deficit they had that game. Luckily they were able to come back and score with 5 minutes left, like we mentioned earlier. But those conditions can definitely play a factor. It's different than when they started their season in August, September, and it's hot and it's a lot of dry heat.
Should be a weatherman, Ben. That's a pretty good report there, like dry heat and stuff. I didn't know you were that much of a science guy.
You know, after I said that, I started to realize maybe Ohio doesn't have the driest heat. You know, we're not in Arizona here. Just trying to improve my weatherman resume.
Well, looking pretty good. But you got an A and 100 in every science class. That knowledge.
No, we'll talk about that later. No, that's just not how it was.
It will be Davies throw in.
Davies, one of those players. A couple injuries for the Comets, especially defensively. Guerin coming out, so Davies going to have to take over with some playing time, but she's done so pretty well in the playoffs. Peyton Beach and Ainsley Schaufel, 2 other ones.
There's Schaufel there, able to kick it off an Elk defender. And now Baird in the middle of the field goes to the opposite side. Cross in the middle.
This is really going to be the first good opportunity Mason's going to get in the corner coming here. And both of the Comets' goals in regulation last time against Seton were not the first shot. It was after a deflection from the goalie on the first shot, and were able to rebound and score. So Mason's resilience is definitely something that they pride themselves on.
Pass it back to the goalie there. The Elks. Copley. Kicks to the middle of the field.
See Mason's defense starting to play a little more up. I mean, they do that. They play up and up more as the game goes on. It's still early. 33 minutes to go in this first half. The regional semifinals, we saw this game last year, actually on this exact same day, November 2nd, between the Comets and the Elks. Elks taking that matchup. You know, last year, both the boys and girls fell in the same round to the same team in Centerville.
And they got the Comets in basketball, too. They've gotten Mason's number in a lot of sports, trying to change it tonight.
You know, oftentimes they compare the two. Mason, a lot of times they'll call like Centerville the Mason of Dayton. And you'll see a lot of those number 1 rankings at Dayton and number 1 rankings in Cincinnati go to Centerville and Mason respectively. Tonight, an advantage for Centerville, not only in the seed department, but also we're playing in Bellbrook. So this is a 45-minute or so drive from us, and this is right by Centerville. That's why you see a little bit of a better showing from Centerville fans than Mason, just because it was a far drive and it's a cold night.
There's still some members of Black Hole supporting over on the right side of the bleachers. Kudos to them. Not an easy trip to make up.
No. Of course, the boys soccer, like you mentioned, taking on St. X tomorrow night at Lakota East High School. That one might be a little bit of an easier drive for us.
Yeah. Only about 5 minutes away from my house, at least. Closer than Mason.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think we both live closer to Lakota East High School than we do to Mason High School.
So will be a corner. So a good opportunity for the Elks. Savannah Connor. It's actually going to be a throw-in.
That was a good job by Mason to clear, make sure they didn't get a corner on that one. Of course, both these teams did go undefeated in the regular season conference play, but that doesn't mean they had a flawless record. Both teams had 2 ties on their record. Centerville 5-0-2 in GWAC, Mason 7-0-2 in the GMC. GMC had a little bit of a down year in girls soccer this year.
Yeah, Lakota East team that was kind of up there with the Comets. One of the teams they tied to.
You're going to get that when you lose GMC star girls soccer player Caitlin Dudukovic. She's up at Ohio State now and tearing it up. It's only a freshman at a Big Ten school. That's tough for a school like Lakota West to lose. Centerville getting a throw in now. It's going to be Molly Weideman, one of the few upperclassmen that starts on the Centerville team. You know, it's odd to say, especially from a 1 seed like Centerville. Schaufel trying to push now up on the left wing. Just going to be clear from the goalie, Kalapi, excuse me. Mason still alive, and they're attacking third now. A good touch, and they've got a shot now. But a nice job by the Centerville defender to come up and clear. I'm not sure if it's going to be a throw-in or a corner.
Yeah, really good pass there. Comets done a good job throughout the postseason utilizing those quick passes. Trying to work to their advantage here, get a quick goal, catching Centerville off guard.
It's going to be a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Number 4, Riley Curl.
Mason's going to sub the senior forward, Riley Curl. It's going to come into the game now. She brings a lot of speed to this common team. Throw in deep in the corner for Mason. Shannon Krogan battling for it. He'll go out of bounds, another Mason corner. Throw in goes over the head of Curl.
A good job by the Comets to keep possession there. But Elks on a little bit of a run. Here, Comets defense so doing a good job getting back into position.
Fighting for it and getting it. In the left corner, Emma Gex, a nice job defensively from her. And she's going to boot it all the way to the middle third. Curl misplayed that. Running for Jaden Davies, trying to track down. Makes contact.
Really good hustle from Davies there. It looked like she had no shot at that ball, but able to get a foot on it there. Almost kept possession for the Comets.
Yeah, that's Savannah Connor over on the right side of the middle third. Riley Curl now, a nice move. Can't control it. Centerville trying to push now. Schaufel did a good job initially to clear, but it's still alive, and Centerville's got a chance now. Annalise comes off her line pretty early, and that may have been, I'm not sure if that was a shot or a clear. They're going to say that was a clear and give Centerville the corner.
Yeah, it might have been deflection there for the Comets. Good job by Knight coming out altering that shot. It's one of the hardest things to do as a goalie, knowing whether you should stay in or whether you should come out and make a play on the ball.
Especially in a playoff game like this, when you know that one goal could be the difference in your season. This corner kick coming from Haley Jang, the senior. And off the head is going to head out of the 18. Controlled now up on the top. Nice ball by Maddie Baird.
Yeah, Baird, one of the most talented players for the Comets. 7 goals, but 10 assists on the year. Unselfish player as well.
She's second on this Comet team in points. Centerville now trying to push once again, but Ainsley Schaufel's there. Krogan trying to get it towards the middle. And Baird will clear. So we've seen Baird kind of a few places. She's been a key piece on a couple Mason attacks so far and had a couple nice defensive plays as well.
Yeah, she's really all over the field for the Comets. That midfielder position, making a lot of big plays. She's been doing that all year.
It was initially a good ball from Hopton, but Baird, like we talked about this time, couldn't control it. Pass just went a little wide. Centerville has it now. Hopton tried to find Curl, wasn't strong enough.
That's always tough to get those crosses in. You have multiple Elk defenders there and only one Comet. But
this one's going to be too high to handle for Sophia Maines. It's going to be a Centerville throw-in.
the Elk so far just doing a little bit of a better job kind of controlling the ball, keeping time possession. But there might be an opportunity for the Comets as that shot's going to be blocked. Curl with a good opportunity, but Colopy comes out of the net there and makes a goal-saving play there.
And that's what this Centerville team needs. That defense was kind of the question mark coming into this game. Over on the right side, Sophia Maines trying to find it. Has it over in the corner. And it's going to be cleared for a Mason throw-in in the corner.
Substitution for Mason is number 22, Olivia Tull.
Olivia Tull,
For the Elks, number 19.
a senior checking
Audi
in for
Reiner.
the Comets. Audi Reiner, 10 points, one of only 5 Elks with double-digit points on the year, is going to come in for Centerville.
Yeah, another young underclassman. Reiner had a very good year for the Elks. Only a sophomore, like you said.
Mason now doing better lately in controlling that time of possession. This one's going to be a throw-in. Peyton Beach tried to find Maddie Baird inside. Tori Hopton with a lot of space and a lot of time. In the middle, tries to find Curl. Curl couldn't control, and that's one of the disadvantages of Riley Curl. Just her height. You know, we see her speed. Obviously a very efficient offensive player. She's got 16 points on there. That's 6 goals and 4 assists. But the one place she lacks is kind of those headers that she's not able to get.
Yeah, always plays a lot of effort, though, and hustle for the Comets.
One of the senior leaders for Mason. Centerville has it now. Good defense there from Shannon Krogan. Not known for her defense, but she makes a couple of really nice moves.
You sure like that out of your leading goal scorer. They can make plays like that defensively.
Like you mentioned, leads the Comets with 11 goals. The only Mason player with double-digit amount of goals. Also leads the Comets in points. She's got 3 assists to go along with it. There's a whistle and a call that's going to go Mason's way. Centerville fans aren't happy about it. After Centerville had a decent opportunity, Mason trying to counter, and they'll get a throw in.
Into the game for the Comets, number 13, Peyton Beach.
Peyton Beach, only a junior, coming in for the Comets. Beach is someone that can really play anywhere. Listed on our roster as a defender, but we've seen her play midfielder a little bit. Battling forward is Sarah Morris. Not able to come up with it. And a nice clear from the Elks defense. It'll lead to a Centerville throw-in. Free kick coming from Centerville. Not sure what that call was. They're going to serve it up, try to get to their offensive attacking third. Defense coming out from Janie Davies. Another one is only a junior. Very different stories. We talked about the youth of Centerville all night. Mason is a very experienced team. They had 15 graduating seniors. A couple of them injured. A couple of them not going to see a lot of playing time today, but
still 15 seniors. It's very important. Seniors have played in a lot of playoff games. They're definitely used kind of a high-pressure situation like the game tonight.
Centerville's got an opportunity now. Annalise Knight coming up and able to save that one. Fortunate for the Comets.
Yeah, luckily for the Comets, the pass there just a little bit too far ahead, and a good job by Annalise Knight tracking that one down.
We'll see if Mason can counter now. Over on the left wing, trying to chase it down and not able to do so. Riley Curl. Centerville controlling in their defensive third. Shannon Krogan, we know they got to get her involved. They want to get this offense going. Olivia Tull with it now. Excuse me, that's Searles. Touch from Searles to Morris, intercepted. Centerville now down the right wing. Good defense from Shelfel. It'll be a throw in for Centerville and a couple of substitutions to go along with it.
Centerville, number 1, Izzy Lately, and number 12, Sophia Taylor.
Taylor and Langley coming into the game for the Elks. Centerville just a little strong, trying to apply some pressure. This one will be cleared.
Goal kick, Mason.
That's a really good play. Able to kick it off the Centerville defender. Not just clearing it, also getting your team a goal kick.
Now substitution for the Comets, number 13, Peyton Beach.
Peyton Beach has been on and off the field a couple times so far today, coming back on. See here in the bottom of your screen, in the defender position. An outside back for Mason. Goal kick coming from not the goalie, but the center back who usually takes those kicks, and the goal scorer, winning goal scorer last game against Seton, Carly Kiefer. Mason has it now in the midfield. Centerville defender's going to get it to Copley.
The Comets winning on penalty kicks. Their last game against Seton.
$17-10 to go in this first half. The regional semifinals, no score yet. The 1-seeded Centerville Elks and the 4-seeded Mason Comets. Both teams coming off of overtime wins in the district finals. Mason was a little bit of an offensive story, and Centerville's was definitely defense.
Yep, Centerville coming off a 1-0 win. Their last game against Milford.
Centerville's defense has been strong all night. Mason hasn't had a lot of good opportunities. And we talked about one of our keys coming in was Mason's got to capitalize on those opportunities. But
yeah, the Comets really only had one opportunity at the beginning of the game when Riley Curl had a shot on Colopy. She came out of the net. Curl tried to knock it in, but Colopy was able to deflect it. But other than that, like you said, Ben, Comets really haven't been able to keep possession for a while. Elks doing a good job of controlling it. They've definitely had some more shots here about halfway through the first half.
Yeah, got it on the wing now, trying to cross inside. A nice play and a nice stop by Kiefer. Searles trying to clear it now.
Yeah, good cross, good clear from Searles.
Krogan couldn't control it once again. Centerville going to have another try. A touch just a little ahead of Taylor Cook. Ainsley Schaufel takes a stumble. It's going to be out of bounds for another Mason goal kick.
Yeah, Taylor Cook's a player we haven't really mentioned for the Elks. 9 goals, 3 assists on the year. 9 goals, good for 9th in the GWAC conference. Another one of their scorers, only a sophomore as well.
Kiefer is once again going to take the goal kick. Centerville now trying to get anything going. Mason's defense definitely stepped up from last game. Haven't put too much work on Annalise Knight, the young goalie.
She's really only had to make one play so far when she's in the goal. Able to come out and make a stop similar to Colopy for the Elks. Only really one shot where she's had to step out of the goal and make a play. A lot of the other goals, a lot of the other attempts kind of wide to the left or the right.
And obviously the score is deadlocked at 0-0 as we have 14 minutes left to play. But a lot of times you can kind of see and tell if a team's in control. But if you asked us today who's been more in control of this game, I wouldn't really be able to give you an answer.
Yeah, it's been pretty even both sides. Defensive game so far. I'd say the Elks controlling the time possession slightly, but yeah, pretty evenly matched. So far, teams still finding their groove early in this game.
Mason's going to have a throw in from midfield. Just a little over the head of Sophia Main. They're going to look to Main. And the attacking third, she's got a chance. The lefty. Just a little far left. The lefty kick from the senior forward.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Maine. Unfortunately, just enough pressure there to kind of force her kick to the left. But that's a shot that the Comets will be fine with getting all day. One of their best opportunities so far. And this offense slowly starting to pick up throughout the game.
And
Comets offense really coming to life.
Yeah, especially against a goalie who's got an 88.9% save percentage on the season. You got to get the quantity of shots going. Obviously got to include the quality. Shannon Krogan, a very good shot there, just a little off the mark. No Comets able to track this one down.
And against a strong Centerville Elks defense, the Comets most likely aren't going to get many better looks than that one. With either of these teams, the Comets a strong defensive team as well. Both these offenses only going to have like limited amount of space, so you're going to have to take advantage even when taking some shots under pressure.
Centerville will get the throw in. Actually, officials are going to change their minds. Savannah Connor, we haven't seen much of her today, the leading goal scorer for Centerville. Got a nice touch. Ainsley Shuffle's going to have a hard time tracking this one down, but a nice move.
Shuffle, only a sophomore, one of the few younger players for the Comets. Very nice move there. From the defender.
You see a team with a load of seniors like Mason has, and you automatically think, oh, their future might be a little kind of gray area-ish, but they've got some potential in Janie Davies, Ainsley Shuffle, Peyton Beach, Maddie Baird, obviously. Yeah, they got some returning players, and they could make a strong case for a top 5 seed once again. I have no doubt about it. Mason on the right side now. A nice clear from Centerville's defense. It'll give him a throw in the midfield. Throw in coming from Gex. Fighting for it inside, trying to get it to Haller. Centerville making a nice push defensively.
Yeah, Elise Haller, another strong player for the Comets. Unfortunately, he's battled a lot of injuries, but she can make a huge impact when she's able to play. So it's a good sign to see her starting tonight and getting a lot of playing time at the forward position.
You know, it's always tough. Very unlucky, tearing your ACL twice in high school. That's what happened to Haller, but done a really nice job of battling back. I mean, that is hard for someone. She's had a really good year. 7 goals on the season, 4 assists. She's 4th on this Comet team in points. Centerville pushing now. Mason gets the throw in. A substitution for the Comets. A few substitutions for the Comets.
Substitution for Mason, number 15, Shannon Krogan. Number 7, J.D. Davies. And number 9, Tori Hopton.
Hopton, Davies, and Krogan all checking in. We talked about Krogan earlier, the leading goal scorer for the Comets. She needs to get going if this offense.
So an update from the MND Beaver Creek game. The winner of this game will play that game. MND leads Beaver Creek 1-0 halfway. MND and powerhouses in Cincinnati every year in soccer.
Under 10 minutes to go here, 9:20 to go. In the regional semifinals, the 1-seeded Centerville Elks playing at Bellbrook High School against the 4-seeded Mason Comets, a neutral site. As we're in this, any March Madness fans, we're in the Sweet 16 stage of the state playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I refer to this as. Big March Madness fan myself.
Unfortunately, Evan, your team isn't too comfortable with that March
Indiana
Madness
and Xavier
performance.
both haven't been in a long time. This is the year, though, for the Hoosiers. Guarantee you.
Hey, Mason's, we're at a girls soccer, though. Mason girls soccer team 17th in the country right now, making a strong push heading into the NCAA tournament for women's soccer. As at the high school level, Mason's going to get a throw in here. It's going to come from Jana Searles. Mason, they don't like to do too much with their throw-ins. They like to control the ball. Elise Haller, a nice hook around, unfortunately goes right to Colopy. Excuse me, that might have been Maddie Baird.
Yeah, it was a good shot from Baird there. Like we mentioned before, the Comets aren't going to have a ton of opportunities, but when you can get a shot like that, you'll take it every day. Still the center of the goal. Didn't get a ton of speed on it, but still making Colopy make a play.
Over on the left wing, Emma Gack's going to have to step up with defense. Carly Kiefer. A nice ball. And it feels like anytime Kiefer's in the game, it's hard to score. Yeah, that's as basic as we could put it. She's going to play soccer at Anderson University, a Division II school over in South Carolina.
In the game for Centerville, number 2, Haley Jang, and number 11, Taylor.
7:27 left to go. Centerville's going to go with a couple substitutions.
Sarah Morris.
That's 7:27 until halftime. Morris coming in for the Comets as well.
Jang, the senior midi, checks back in for the Elks, one of their top scorers, one of the key pieces to their team.
Pushing to the attacking third. Jana Searles not able to stay on her feet, but Mason's defense steps up. Trying to track this one down on the right side, but not able to get there. Sophia Main.
Yeah, the Comets might have had some nerves at the beginning, playing a little laid back, but now I feel like their intensity has really picked up throughout the game. They've gotten more scoring opportunities, and I feel like slowly but surely, I mean, at the beginning it seemed like Centerville kind of controlled time possession, had more momentum, but the Comets seem to be gaining that as there's about 6 minutes left in the first half. Trending in the right direction right now, it seems like.
Well, I think that speaks to Mason's resilience that we've talked about a few times so far in this broadcast. This throw-in coming from Mason. Centerville fans not happy about that one. Seemed like a pretty clear call. It'll be a throw-in from Peyton Beach. A nice move and a rip right to the hands of Colopy. I'm not sure who took that shot. I believe it's Sophia Main.
Yeah, I think that was Maine. Good velocity there. Got a lot of speed on it. Not an easy one, unfortunately, though, right at Colopy. But again, the Comets have had about 3 good shots in a row without the Elks even having an opportunity, making life easy for Annalise Knight.
And I'm sure to get to Colopy, you're going to have to put a lot of pressure on her, and that's what Mason's doing so far. Riley Curl, another one who's been in and out a couple times. Talented midfielder and forward for the Comets, comes in with just about 5 minutes to go in the first half. No score. Centerville pushing now over on the left wing. Carly Kiefer, sticky defense. Maddie Baird tries to clear it out, and Morris eventually will.
Did a good job by Baird and Morris defensively. Baird able to get a head on it there and across into the middle.
Mason's line playing up a little more. We talked about as the game goes on, they're going to play up and up more. And especially with only 4:30 left to go, that's what you expect until intermission. A nice pass inside from Morgan Spittler, but no one. I believe the intended player was Mia Robillard, and she just didn't know it was coming. Centerville still has it now alive, and they're attacking third. Spittler again, a nice move, but once again, the Centerville forward just not there.
There's a little bit of miscommunication there. Spittler kind of had the right idea on some of the passes, but just mistimed it with Robillard there.
Trying to find it inside. Towards the middle, Annalise Knight, a slow one to her, had trouble controlling it at first, but luckily Noah Elk was there to really put any pressure on her. That's a really good job by Mason's back line.
Yeah, good deflection. They're able to slow it down. Just a little dribbler to Knight there, able to come down with that one.
3:30 to go in the first. Mason trying to push now. A nice ball by the Centerville defender. It seems like while Mason's starting to get the momentum, Centerville's still a little bit more the aggressive team. Mason's known for being that aggressive team, especially in GMC play compared to all the other GMC teams.
I'd say Mason's maybe had 1 or 2 more scoring opportunities on some quick bursts, but Centerville's overall kind of had the ball a little bit longer. Kept it out of the Comets.
A rip from deep inside. Annalise Knight has no problem with it again. She's put together a pretty nice game. Is only a freshman. 2:45 to go.
It's a good kick there for the Elks.
Mason trying to get numbers now. Baird couldn't find Krogan.
That's about all we can ask for.
Maine with a deep ball. Centerville's back line not showing any cracks. Maine has it now, looking for Curl. Deflected out to Searles. And a nice ball. Spittler's been everywhere for the Elks. Davies trying to clear it, an awkward pass there. She was looking for Haller.
Yeah, Spittler doesn't score a ton of goals for the Elks, but one of those players that just kind of holds the team together, kind of one of those anchors in the midfield.
Now, she does have 6 assists on the year to go with 5 goals. One of only 5 Elks in double-digit points. Over a top of the box here. And a pass out. Back to the right wing. Cross-field pass. Inside. I'm not sure. Gex knew she was there. That was Kiefer. Kind of an awkward play.
Yeah, I wonder if the Comets thought it was more just a clear. She'd see Connor was kind of hustling to that ball. She knew kind of where it was. The Comets defender's a little lost there. Fortunately, just sails out of bounds. Now Kiefer with the goal kick.
105, the kick from Kiefer. 1 minute mark until halftime.
Under 1 minute.
The way we're sitting right now, Mason's going to have a second straight playoff game with no score at halftime. Centerville now threatening. Over on the left wing, this one, just a little too much of a heavy touch. That'll be another goal kick for Mason.
Be
with
interesting
40
to see what
seconds.
the Comets want to do in these last 40 seconds, whether they want to try to push and get another scoring opportunity, or they're content to kind of take their time and let the half run out. See how aggressive they'll be on the goal kick.
Kiefer seems to be in no rush right now. Taking her time, 25 seconds to go. Curl trying to track it down for one last Mason effort of the first half. Not able to control it. Centerville gets their chance now. 12 seconds to go.
10, 9,
Mason's back line trying to hold strong.
6,
A Hail Mary shot. Might have been a pass.
3,
This one
2, 1.
will go to the back of the net. Back out. And after one half, the Mason Comets tied with the Centerville Elks at 0 in the regional semifinals. We'll be back for second half action.
If I was stuck on a deserted island, I think I'd bring Larson Brown and some playing cards.
I would bring a bunch of bacon cheeseburgers and some Dr. Pepper.
Oh, if I was stuck on a desert island, I would bring food and water.
If I was stuck on a desert island, I'd bring a boat and some gas.
If I brought 2 items to a desert island, I'd probably bring a knife and a plane.
If I was on a desert island, I would bring a rope to tie things up and probably a food supply, like, frozen beef to cook.
If I was stuck in a desert island, I'd bring Caden Evans because he's a good friend of mine, and then I'd bring some chicken Alfredo because it's my favorite food.
The 2 items I would bring a machete. You need a machete to chop some stuff down, build a shelter, and then I would bring some water.
If I was stuck on a desert island, I would bring a boat and my pet monkey.
If I was stuck on a desert island, I would bring my dog and a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
If I could be any animal, I'd probably be a panther because Black Panther is my favorite movie.
A lion, because I feel like I got a lot of courage, and I feel like I'm brave enough to just go out and do anything.
I would compare myself to a cheetah because I'm super fast.
If I compare myself to any animal, I'll compare myself to a cheetah because I'm fast.
If I could be any animal, I'd be a polar bear because I'm hairy and I like to be in the cold.
If I could compare myself with any animal, I would be a lion because they're just a good animal.
If I could compare myself to any animal, I would say a lion, So they like to chill out and do their thing, but if they have to go do something, they'll do it.
If I was gonna be an animal, it would be a monkey because you're smart, and I'm pretty smart.
If I could be any animal, I would be a capybara because that's my favorite animal.
I'd probably do A New Level by A$AP Ferg because every time I step in a room, I feel like I'm that guy.
I would do Hurricane by Bridget Medler.
If any song would play when I walk in a room, I think it'd be Way Too Sexy by Drake and Future.
If a song played anytime, Rod Wave, Time Tales.
If any song played when I walked in the room, it'd be 7 Years by Lucas Graham.
There was a song that played every time I came into the room. It'd be Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO.
If I were to play a song when I walked in a room, it would be a Travis Scott song.
If a song played every time I entered a room, I'd pick Senseless by Kodak Black.
If a song played every time I entered a room, it would be anything Polo G.
If I entered a room and a song played, it would be Pump It Up.
If a song played every time I walked into a room, it would be The City Is Ours by Big Time Rush.
Welcome back to Bellbrook High School, the neutral site for the 1-seeded Centerville Elks and the 4-seeded Mason Comets. No score in the first half, so we're 40 minutes away. We'll see if either team can put themselves ahead and send themselves to the regional finals. If not, we'll have another overtime match. I'm Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And it's a cold night, so we understand if you're staying inside, staying warm and watching it from home, but it's a nice atmosphere.
Yeah, it hasn't been much offense tonight, but the Comets kind of improving offensively throughout the first half. Had 3 opportunities kind of in that second half of the first half. In those last 20 minutes, gaining momentum on the Elks as Riley Curl will take the kick for the Comets as we're underway here from Bellbrook High School.
You can already see Centerville's defense trying to put the pressure on Mason's offense, playing the higher line.
It's going to be a throw-in for Davies. It's going to be headed out of bounds. Right back to Davies, able to keep it. Tries to find Curl, too strong. It's cleared there for the Elks. The Comets able to keep it. Good move there from Krogan. Back out to Baird. So I might have been a good field goal there, but unfortunately a little bit above the goal.
You know, we can't have a soccer broadcast without making that joke. 3 points in the other kind of football. Matty Baird this time the victim.
That's a good shot though from Baird. Shot she's certainly capable of making. So Elks in possession. A good job, Comets able to win it back. But some miscommunication there as Maine gives it up to Spittler. And now Reiner, the sophomore, tries to cross the middle, and a good opportunity there. And that's saved by Knight. And a little bit of a late call on the corner there. The Elks fans yelling it. Knight obviously out of bounds there, so it'll be a corner kick.
Annalise Knight's been tested. Early on we kind of said the opposite. We said she hasn't got her opportunities tonight, but the last few minutes of the first half and early here, a couple of good shots by Centerville that Knight's been perfect on.
So Jang on the corner kick. Good clear.
Really no elk in the area on that corner. Schaufel did a nice job of clearing it.
Got Curl up ahead. Trying to win it back. It's Davies across in the middle. A lot of Elks in the area. So Curl not able to get that one.
These are some of the opportunities early on that we saw Mason have in the first half. Centerville's putting the pressure on early.
So Kiefer with the clear. This will be a throw-in for the Elks. Yeah, Morgan Spittler playing a really nice game for Centerville. Almost found the net earlier.
Sophia Main, a midfielder, another one who plays everywhere for the Comets. We've seen her at defender some this year. We've also seen her at forward. She's got her fair share of goals, 5 or 6 on the season.
So Brandt with the shot. It's deflected. Another clear for the Comets. The defense just not making it easy on the Elks, forcing a lot of throw-ins.
And that's what leads to goals. Centerville's hasn't been able to put one in the back of the net just yet, but when you're putting the pressure on the defense and the goalie and Knight like that.
They've had a lot of possession there on their attacking third.
A lot of contact, no surprise to see a foul. They're going to stop play, most likely a card. That is a yellow card. Not sure on who.
That might have been on Haley Jang, but not positive.
Beaver Creek and Mount Notre Dame are in action. At the half, Mount Notre Dame leads Beaver Creek 1-0.
And you might have heard that over the PA. Beaver Creek trails Mount Notre Dame at halftime 1-0. the GWalk and GCL rivalry. That's the other regional semi, the other Sweet 16 matchup. Winner of these two games go to the Elite Eight.
Kiefer with the free kick. Good opportunity here for the Comets. Their best early in the second half. Bayer tries to come up with possession. Oh, but a little bit of a bad pass there from Charlotte Nuss there.
Now, that was a good look from Kiefer. She takes a lot of those free kicks and goal kicks for the Comets. This one's going to be, I thought it was a goal kick for Centerville. Referee has another idea.
The Centerville parents certainly thought it was a goal kick for Centerville, but see if the Comets can take advantage. Instead, just a little quick pass. Searles. But Jang able to come up with it for the Elks.
I think Searles left that off for Maine, and Maine didn't know it was coming. But Colopes had a flawless night in goal for Centerville.
By Jamie Davies, corralled by Allison Copley.
Comets able to win it back. Emma Gex trying to find Curl. So Robillard gives it up. Now the Comets. And a nice move there. Looks like Searles wanted the foul.
Yeah, we're only about 6 minutes into the second half here. And we talked about the first half being very even in terms of time of possession, in terms of opportunities. And Centerville started off the second half strong. But Mason's been able to counter a little bit and try.
That's kind of how the first half went. Kind of resemblance to these first couple minutes.
Offsides on Mason.
And Krogan there, almost an opportunity for the Comets. Unfortunately, offsides there.
Yeah, an offside call, unfortunate. Krogan had a lot of those in the district final game against Seton, and a lot of them were questionable. Some fans may disagree with a lot of them, but Krogan, she had a lot of opportunities. Wasn't able to put one in the back of the net. She did have 2 goals in the sectional finals against St. Ursula.
Davies dribbling on the left sideline. It's Curl.
Substitution for the Elks, number 13, Maddie Brandt.
Maddie Brandt's going to come in for the Elks now. Coming out, it's going to be Molly Weidman, the defender, only a junior. So it will be Brandt taking the throw in.
Searles wins it for the Comets to get it back.
You know, I'm impressed by this black hole. You know, there's not a lot of them. You know, you can't blame them. It's a cold night. We're 45 minutes away from home base. But they've been loud, and we can hear them all the way from the press box. It's Jersey night, filling up the front row at least.
There's Go Mason Comets. Hear them all the way from across the stadium. A good clear there from Colopy.
Awkward play with a lot of contact between Maine and Weidman.
Bayer trying to get it. It's Curl with Krogan also in the area. Good move to get around Davies. And an easy one for Kiefer. Kind of boot away there. Ben, it looks like we might be destined for some more overtime. But the Comets, nice move there from Krogan, out of bounds.
Well, that's just what we've
Baird.
seen from Centerville's defense all night long. Mason thought they had a chance. They start to get it out to the right or left wing and the attacking third. But the back line of the Elks is held strong.
And both the Comets and the Elks have had their chances, but mostly it's been relatively easy plays for the goalies. Not a lot of spectacular saves really have had to been made for Colopy or Knight. Ball just mostly traveling right to him, so might be destined for some overtime again.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen quite a few instances of overtime, both the boys' game and the girls' game. The girls' most recent game, the district finals, where they went into overtime.
Oh, really nice pass there.
And a nice move made. That's Taylor Cook.
And the shot a little bit high.
You know,
off the crossbar and goes
that is
in.
3 points. You know, that looked like Justin Tucker for a second.
Yeah. Not Cody Parkey, but Justin Tucker.
If it was Cody Parkey, then that ball's still in play.
Goal kick, Mason.
Fortunately, just a little too high, and Kiefer takes the goal kick.
Comets will boot it ahead, unfortunately. No one in the area. No one in the area for the Comets is another big clear. Seems like we're trading goal kicks going back and forth on the kind of attacking ends.
I mean, we can't really talk enough about how even it's been. I mean, it's felt like every time we say that, then one team kind of takes momentum, takes advantage, and the other team comes right back and counters. 29:30 to go in this match, in regulation.
Curl trying to win it for the Comets, giving them possession. But again, cross a little bit too high. Krogan wanted the card there, but or the foul. I don't think you're going to get one. A little bit, some acting there, seemed like, from up here at least.
Janie Davies coming way out of position. She was the furthest Comet down the field as the outside back.
Yeah, Davies has kind of been all over the field for the Comets.
Substitution for Mason, number 19, Elise Holler.
So Haller's going to check back into the game.
Haller, the forward.
Number 12, Sophia Taylor.
Talked about her injuries earlier, playing with that metal knee brace. Not only is it tough to play with some lingering injuries, but to also play with that brace, I'm sure that weighs a few pounds.
Sophia Taylor, the sophomore midfielder, coming in for the Elks as well. Searle's trying to find Baird. Good job winning possession. Schaffel falls there.
They want a handball, and they're going to get it.
I think, yeah.
Nothing Schaffel could have done about that. She just fell on the ball. It is uncomfortable to fall on that without using any of your hands.
Yeah, luckily, though, Elks not in a prime position here to score. Goal on the free kick. This Comets easily able to get it back.
Some banter back and forth between the Black Hole and the Centerville student section.
Yeah, Elks shouting, "You can't stand up at the Comets Black Hole." But hey, if you're standing up, you're at the rail. It just shows you're passionate about the game. You want your voices to be heard, and when you're cheering on the Comets, can't blame them.
Jersey night. Now, which one of those jerseys? We just looked at it a second. Which one's your favorite, Luke?
Well, not the Tom Brady one, probably.
I agree with you on that one.
I mean, he's the best quarterback of all time. In my opinion, you can't really argue that, but Jimmy Butler Heat one It's pretty cool. Those Heat.
You know, that
black,
one's getting a
black,
little too
pink,
common
blue
nowadays,
jerseys.
though, you know?
Yeah, see a lot of them, but
the pink Miami Vice jerseys, as nice as they are, they're getting a little basic. I gotta.
not everyone has a JP McCure jersey like you, man.
See, yeah, well, that's where the specialization.
Have you had a Yogi Ferrell Mavericks jersey though?
I have
That's
not.
a good one.
Only Mavericks jersey I've ever owned is Luka Doncic. Good defense from Krogan there.
Onto the field for Centerville. Number
26
21, Savannah Connor.
minutes to go in this second half in regulation. Couple of substitutions on each side.
For Mason, number 22, Olivia Tall.
It's going to be Olivia Tall, the senior midfielder. And it'll be a Centerville throw-in. One's going to be cleared. Another Centerville throw-in. We've kind of been stalemated the last minute here. Middle third area. You know, I'll tell you which one I really don't like. That Ohio State jersey. I believe it was
that's
Nick
something we can
Bosa.
both agree on.
Yeah, that one's not one of my favorites.
They're luckily not top 4 in the college playoff rankings. They don't deserve it.
Oh, no.
The Hoosiers deserve it.
The Hoosiers and the Musketeers, two football teams I think should definitely be in the top 4. A push from behind, no call. Given to Tull. It's just a Centerville throw-in.
Yeah, a little fortunate there for the Comets. It would have been a good free kick opportunity pretty close to the net for the Elks.
Starting to get it now. Good job to come up from Schaufel. Like you mentioned, only a sophomore, going to be a big part of this Mason defense for years to come. Can she get there? Shannon Krogan, a nice move, and she's tripped. There's going to be a call. That one, a foul on Maddie Brandt.
It's going to be the best Comets opportunity of this second half.
And it seems like we've said that kind of as it goes on, as Mason gets better and better chances, and it seems like a lot of them are starting to come from the senior, Shannon Krogan.
Yeah, Krogan, excellent player for the Comets. Mentioned their leading scorer, 11 goals.
They're going to take their time. Maddie Baird tying her shoe. 2 of the best Comet scores behind ball. Bleachers shaking on this one. This one taken right to Colopy off her hands. She's able to corral it and fall on it. Crisis averted for the Centerville Elks.
Sarah's a pretty good kick there. That ricocheted. And the Comets kind of in the area. The ball took a different bounce. Might be looking at a 1-0 game, but unfortunately, Colopy able to handle that one.
23-30 to go in the regulation. On the right side, Emma Gex. Heavy touch and out of bounds for a Centerville throw-in. Centerville trying to counter now. Spiller had nothing to do with it.
Gex with a throw in. The Comets trying to go up the line.
A nice clear from the back row from Centerville. That's something we've heard quite a few times today. Another whistle, and I think that's going to be another foul on Centerville. This time Emma Gex is the victim. That foul going on Audie Reiner.
Nice foul starting to pile up here for the Elks.
You wouldn't be surprised to start seeing some cards.
Already saw a yellow earlier.
Gex will take the free kick. This one not quite as close as the last one Mason had. Still a good ball across the middle. Will be controlled Mason's back line. Janie Davies couldn't track it down before going out of bounds midfield.
That's a tough pass there from Schaffel. Your left foot kind of falling away from the ball. So be a throw-in for Maddie Brandt.
Cook and Adams coming in the game now for Centerville. Contact once again. Comets wanted a trip and another foul on Centerville. I believe Sophia Main was the victim on this one. You can see some Comets on the sideline bundled up in blankets on the floor. And that's an indication of what kind of night we have tonight.
And pretty cold up here in the press box as well.
Bellbrook High School doing a great job accommodating us. Unfortunately, couldn't get the heat on. You know, they tried their best.
It's the thought that counts, Ben.
The thought that counts for sure.
Unless we get, like, frostbites.
Well, then that may be a different
Let's hope
story.
not. Still 39 degrees
Yeah,
here.
we're not in December yet necessarily. Christmas time is upon us, though. Who could be upset? Mason now towards their attacking third, a heavy touch, and right into the arms of Allison Colopy. We're halfway into the second half now. 20 minutes to go. Both teams, that's the amount of time they have to try to put themselves ahead. If not, we're going to see overtime again. You know, it wouldn't be the first time we saw overtime this postseason for the Comets, and it wouldn't be the first time we saw overtime in the last couple years at Bellbrook High School. Mason versus Carroll, a boys' game last year. That one ended in double overtime. A goal from
that was Kevin Wren for the Comets, I believe.
The pass from Jacob Buchot. You know, it seems like every time Kevin Wren, it seems like every time I called a soccer game last year, Kevin Wren did something good. He had that 4-goal game against Middletown. That was my first game I broadcasted. Or that may have been Oak Hill, excuse me. You know, if you're listening, Kevin, don't get mad at me. I remember that game.
And he also came on air with us, too.
Yeah?
A couple
coming full circle.
Ago, yeah. One of the best player broadcasters out there.
Lucas Kleinmeyer's working a camera out here, and he just mentioned that was a bad idea to let Kevin Wren on. So if you're listening, Kevin, don't hurt Lucas. Centerville on the attack there. Annalise Knight had no problem with it. She's going to punt it away towards midfield.
Into the game for Mason, number 21, Sarah Morris, number 13, Peyton Beach, and number 4, Riley Curl.
Morris and Beach come into the game for the Comets, and it'll be Beach to throw it in. Centerville's defense, a nice job by Sam Adams to clear. And once again, we just kind of feel stalemated in this middle third area around center circle. A whistle and another foul on the one-seeded Centerville Elks out of the G-Walk. All knotted up at 0 with the 4-seeded Mason Comets. 18 minutes to go in regulation in the regional semifinals. Once again, I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner, Evan Amazon.
It'll be interesting for the Comets. Wonder if there's going to be a point where they start to play more aggressive or offensively, but I wonder if they're just each team's kind of going to hold their line, keep them at the same spot because it's still 0-0. Defense is just as important as offense in this situation. And one thing to think about, too, penalty kicks might be an advantage for the Elks when you got a senior in Colopy who has that 89% field goal percentage. This isn't basketball.
Wrong sport.
That 88% save percentage from the goal when you compared to Annalise Knight, who's played well for the Comets, but only a freshman and really doesn't have that playoff experience. So,
well, Lucas and I kind of touched on it as the shot saved by Colopy last game. A lot of times, the advantage in goal kicks is going to go to the worst-seeded teams because goal kicks are very 50-50. But like we mentioned last time, Mason does not feel like a 4-seed. They feel like they should be one of those 1 or 2 seeds with the way they've been playing as of late. Yes. So the advantage in goal kicks could go to Centerville. Mason won on goal kicks last game, but it wasn't in goal kicks, if that makes sense. Second overtime, Carly Kiefer after Riley Curl draws a foul inside the box.
Yeah, I wonder if this is what it's going to come down to. Seems like the only way these teams might be able to score would be off a penalty kick inside the box.
Another lead. Colopy. Gutsy move to come off her line and clear it. Centerville has no problem controlling it now in the middle third. It'll be another Mason throw-in, this time deep in their own defending third. Fighting for it, Peyton Beach. Looks like she tried to find Curl. A lot of room now, and a nice pass. Just a little over the head of Curl. Inside, Searles finds Baird.
Searles made a cut, tried to get it back from Baird, but fortunately deflected. So 15 minutes remaining here in the second half.
This one put it away towards the center circle from Colopy. A whistle and another Centerville foul, and it seems like with every foul, Centerville fans are getting more and more upset. Crunch time here in the regional semifinals. That's not surprising.
Well, it's a final from MND and Beaver Creek. MND wins 2-0 for the first time. They're heading to the regional championship.
You know, you'd watch them play this year, and you wouldn't think it's their first time. Like I mentioned earlier, they handled Mason 4-0 in the regular season. That was only a game or two off of star center back Amelia Guerin's injury that unfortunately sidelined her for the rest of the season. Centerville now on the right wing. The attack. Schaufel trying to hold her off. There's a push from behind. I'm not sure if they called a foul. I think it may be a free kick now from the motion of the Comets. That did look like a two-hand push. Kiefer takes the free kick. It'll be a throw-in for Beach.
Into the game for the Elks, number 1, Izzy Laidley.
Izzy Laidley, the senior midfielder,
Number 15, Shannon Krogan.
will join the Comets. Striker Shannon Krogan and midfielder Sophia Main.
So 3 big starters coming back in for the Comets offensively. It's a good time to have them in. Fresh legs for the last 13 minutes.
I'd be surprised.
Big down the stretch.
I'd be surprised to see him go back out before regulation's over. Fought for it towards the middle third. And the way game was going earlier was back and forth, but we saw a lot of momentum shift. Mason had it, Centerville had it, Mason had it. Now the momentum shift is still 50-50, but it's not as wide.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of teams, or Mason, Centerville, not a lot of scoring opportunities for each team so far in the second half. Just kind of ball kept more in the middle third, while definitely fluctuated more in the first half. So it seemed like there wasn't any offensive action at the beginning of the game. Then it really picked up at the end of the first half, and now it's kind of going back to the beginning where it's just a defensive game.
Centerville now on the left wing to the other corner, and just a little too strong out of the right of Annalise Knight. Crisis averted.
And just when he said not a lot of offense, that could have been very dangerous. The Elks were able to get ahead on that one.
I don't think Mason Faithful will be very happy with you if you jinxed that one, Evan.
19 is Audi Reiner.
Reiner comes in for Centerville as Kiefer takes the goal kick. Shows the strength of Kiefer as this ball goes down almost at, ball goes out almost at center circle. "11 minutes in regulation. 0-0 is your score. No offense yet. Shannon Krogan battling. Leaves it off for Baird. And there's a foul. Another opportunity for the Comets, but not a good sign as Baird shaken up on the play, and she definitely wanted a card. Not happy about something.
Yeah, could have been a yellow. Looks like it was tackled from behind there.
Notre Dame match is Mount Notre Dame. That means the winner of this match will go on to play Mount Notre Dame at the next level in the tournament.
So, not Mason's best opportunity to date, but one of theirs. Kick taken by Curl, I believe. Cleared over by the left wing. Centerville trying to keep it in bounds, and they will. A nice job by the Elks defense.
Right back to the Comets, though, but then right back to the Elks and right back to the Comets. Possession changing a lot here. It's each team trying to pick up the pace offensively, get themselves a few more opportunities in these last 10 minutes.
Mason will have a throw in now. That opportunity from Maine. It'll be Maine to throw. Inside trying to find Haller. Haller's got it towards the corner. Right wing Maine. This one off the mark. It'll give Colopy a goal kick. Under 10 minutes to go here from Bellbrook High School. The regional semifinals. 4-seeded Mason Comets and the 1-seeded Centerville Elks. Senior experience versus young talent has been the story all night long. None of that is converted to any offense. I'm Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon. Throw in coming here from Beach.
Baird will send this one ahead. Fortunately, out of the reach of Curl there. And Colopy's.
Yeah, that was a nice ball from Krogan. Excuse me, Maine. Under 9 minutes to go. Back and forth soccer. Just outside the reach of Tori Hopton. She's been quiet this game. We haven't seen a lot of her. Baird coming up. This one cleared before she could touch.
You can tell each team just starting to play a little bit more aggressive now, trying to go for those farther passes. Definitely playing with a sense of urgency. Season on the line for the Comets and the Elks.
Sophia Main trying to change the tide for the Comets. Baird, pass ahead. Riley Curl dives, can't get there. Bellbrook possession now. 8 minutes to go. And a touch now. Centerville outside the box. Pass inside, intercepted. And cleared.
The ad lot there. A good opportunity for the Elks. Kind of in the box, but Comets able to get it back.
It'll be a Centerville throw in coming from around midfield. A deep pass trying to find Riley Curl. Shannon Krogan's going to have a hard time tracking this down, unable to. Centerville throw in deep in their defending third. This one battled for. Krogan has a step on her. Not able to stay on her feet. Another foul on Centerville, and another good opportunity will be coming up for the Comets with 7 minutes to go in this match.
It's like another foul on Brandt, too. It's probably at least her third or fourth of the game.
We even said earlier we wouldn't be surprised to see some cards coming soon. We haven't seen any yet. There's a card. In the second half, at least. Baird set to kick the free kick. Looking inside. Headed out. We'll see who wins the foot race. And Centerville trying to return. And this one's going to go out of bounds, out of the reach of Sophia Main.
Centerville substitutions. Number 21, Savannah Connor.
Yeah, Maine looked like she was kind of close to offsides there.
Connor and Adams coming in for the Elks. Connor, the leading scorer for Centerville. We'd be surprised to see her come out of the game with only 6 minutes left in regulation. No score in the regional semifinals. Let's Go Elks chants rivaling the Let's Go Comets from the black hole. Mason trying to get it inside the 18, couldn't do so. Still alive, and they're attacking third.
Yeah, Comets doing a better job these last couple of minutes. They've really done a good job keeping the ball down in position where they can score. Elks just have to hang on defensively. It's kind of what we saw at the beginning of the second half for the Elks when they had that 5-minute stretch. They applied a lot of pressure on the Comets defense. Comets are turning the favor here in these last 10 minutes.
The deflection off of Riley Curl is going to be a throw in deep in their defending territory for Centerville. That throw-in's going to go out of bounds. Smart move there from the defender, Weidman, knowing there's not much they could do, so just going to give Mason worse position.
There's a couple aggressive throw-ins from each team, trying to get a lot of yardage.
Under 5 minutes to go. On the left side, Krogan. Krogan inside the 18. Deflected off the defender and cleared. Instead of a corner, it'll be a throw-in.
The Comets trying to work fast here.
And another one. This time it was Sam Adams who saves it from a corner to a throw-in.
Yeah, smart play from Adams there, tracking it down.
Corner kick, Mason.
Oh, that will be a corner.
Oh, they're going to call it a corner. They're going to say it's out of bounds. So
4:18 to go. A Mason corner taken by the senior midfielder, Jana Searles. The Bowling Green commits. She serves it up and just taken from Allison Colopy.
Colopy not afraid of some traffic. Able to go up, track the ball.
That's a gutsy play in the regional semifinals and a tie game with 4 minutes left. 3:50 now. Mason keeps it in bounds, trying to serve it up inside. Hopton gives it to Searles. Nice deflection there from Laurie. The throw in and the corner. A nice touch from Curl. Curl trying to win the foot race. There's some contact. We await the call. It's going to be a goal kick for Centerville with 3:15 to go in regulation.
Not an easy play from Curl there. Tried to keep it in with two defenders on her. Really good effort. Fortunately, barely goes over the line for the goal kick. Now the Comets these last 5 or 6 minutes have really kept possession, but now here comes Centerville. And the Comets get it back.
That one by Hopton just served up ahead with no Comet receiver in mind. 2:45 now. And another goal kick from Colopy.
And substitution for Centerville, number 8, Mia Robillard.
Mia Robillard comes into the game for the Elks. She's the junior midfielder. Mason now. Almost a good touch from Riley Curl. Just led her forward too much.
Good job by Jang.
2:15 to go.
Jang
Centerville pushing on the left wing. They're going to get a throw in, or that's going to go to Mason.
2 minutes left in the match.
2-minute mark here in the regional semifinals. GMC powerhouse and a GWalk powerhouse deadlocked at 0. As we approach the thought of overtime, throw in coming from the leading scorer for Centerville, Connor,
What more could you ask for? A tie game with two of the best public schools kind of in the Cincinnati-Dayton area. Like we talked about before, high ranked in a lot of sports. Didn't expect anything less. Expected a tie game here.
This is a revenge game for the Comets. They got bounced in the same round by the same team. There is a foul on Mason. Most likely the last opportunity, at least the best opportunity, with 1:15 to go in regulation. Centerville wants to hurry up a little bit. Trying to find the wing. A nice defensive play coming up and taken.
I wonder why they made that pass, Ben. I mean, if you have the position in front of the goal, instead kind of going to the side, trying to catch the Comets off guard, but the defense reads it well and wins it back. So a little bit of a waste opportunity for the Elks. Might have been their last one in regulation.
1 minute mark just happened. 50 seconds to go. Centerville trying to push towards midfield. Do they have one last push in them? Mason's defense lets that one roll out of bounds for a Comet throw-in. 30 seconds away from getting overtime for the second straight tournament game for this Mason Comet women's soccer team. 20 seconds now.
The Elks took a while to kind of get their free kick set up. Now aggressive on these throw-ins, going way down the line, just trying to create one last opportunity.
10 seconds to go. They're not going to have time to set up for a corner. And in the regional semifinals from Bellbrook High School, the one-seeded Centerville Elks deadlocked with the four-seeded Mason Comets at 0. We'll be back for the first overtime action. I'm Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon. Make sure to come back for overtime.
Hi, my name is Leila Sheikh, and I'm a member of the Mason Hope Squad. Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention and mental health awareness program here at MHS and at the Mason Middle School. We have over 50 Hope Squad members ranging across all 4 grades. We spread our awareness through social media posts on our Instagram and Twitter, as well as flyers throughout the school and just speaking to peers throughout the year. Something we did recently was hang up our See Something, Say Something posters in every classroom, so resources are readily available for you, friends, and teachers alike. If you or anyone you know need any type of support, please reach out to anyone wearing Hope Squad pins, shirts, and or just gear in general, and we would be willing to help and support anyone who's in need. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Bellbrook High School for overtime. The Comets' second game in a row. Regional semifinals now. 1-seeded Elks, 4-seeded Comets. Last overtime worked out well for the Comets with a big 3-2 win against Seton. Now in the same situation again. So sudden death, first goal wins with a 15-minute overtime period. Elks will start off with possession.
Yeah, we're going to try to see if these trends stay the same as Mason's last overtime game. It looked like it was destined for penalty kicks, and they got penalty kicks in a different way. Carly Kiefer, after Riley Curl getting fouled, with 3 minutes left to go in the second overtime, inside the box, and the senior Kiefer was able to put it in.
So
for
Howler
the
with
Mason
the throw
victory.
into Curl to Baird. A little bit off to the right, kind of ricocheted. They're out of bounds.
A senior goalie versus a freshman goalie is a story going forward. Both very talented, both with 85% plus save percentages.
Setting up for that corner, Jana Searles.
So we've seen Searles taking a lot of corners for the Comets. Here will be another good opportunity at the start of the overtime. This Comets able to keep it. Is Davies able to get it back. That's going to be out of bounds.
Mason's playing fast. They're trying to push it. Maybe trying to catch Centerville off guard. It's hard to crack through a goalie like Colopy, and kind of speeding her up and catching her off guard may be an effective way.
So Kiefer, strong kick up ahead. On target there to Krogan. It's going to be out of bounds there. Foul on Krogan. Free kick Elks.
Centerville has done a nice job all night. Their back line defensively has really been their strong suit. You obviously can add Colopy into that conversation as well. But a missed touch from Baird goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Baird trying to find Curl, advance it forward a little bit. Fortunate there for the Comets. Hopton able to keep it. Get it back. This Comets trying to go fast on a throw-in, but they say Centerville's possession. Comet fans don't like that call. It's an Elk player's down.
Good sportsmanship by
Haley
senior.
Jang.
Senior Shannon Krogan picking up Jang after she falls. Heated contest with 12 minutes to go in this first overtime period. Deadlocked at 0. Krogan keeping that good sportsmanship in mind.
Baird trying to get it back on the kick from Colopy. So the Comets doing a very nice job these first 3 minutes of overtime. Just had the ball in there attacking third. Davies pushing ahead for the Comets. Runs into a couple Elks defenders.
A nice fight. And won by Maine. Maine is someone coming in when you have 15 seniors like Mason does. You know, it's not all of them are going to be guaranteed to get a lot of playing time. It's kind of a question mark for Sophia Maine coming into the season, but she came in and worked and earned those minutes, and she's playing almost the whole game in these last stages of the season.
So the Elks' first opportunity here, overtime, but a bad pass is not a good sign for the Comets. Elise Haller, who's had so many injuries earlier in the game, is down. Hopefully she's okay.
Wonderful trainer Christina Hare rushes out to attend. Luckily, Haller's able to get up and walk on her own, but she does seem to be in some pain.
Substitution for Mason, number 5, Sophia Main comes in.
And so Sophia Main's going to come back in,
Let's give it
play
back to
forward for Elise Haller.
You can see those Comets sideline bundled up. It is a cold one. Even some of the black hole bundled up as well.
And you and Adam right now are bundled up in the sports radio blanket as well.
Me and Adam are definitely lucky getting the comfort here in the press box.
It'd be
Sorry,
nice
Lucas.
if I had one.
Sorry, Lucas and Evan. Stoppage of play. 10:52s on the clock in the first overtime period.
Hopefully Haller's okay in the sideline. Yeah, luckily she was able to walk off on her own power there. So Jang, this ball for the Elks. Comets get it back. Searles trying to advance it a little bit. But Davies able to come down with it, so Comets still kind of controlling the game as we're a third of the way through the first overtime.
That's good math, Evan. You know, I always try to credit everyone on the sports radio team who can do some little complex math. I mean, I know I struggle with that sometimes.
Mightily.
Well, okay, mightily is a strong word. Maybe it's an opportunity now.
A good cross. That's cleared by Adelot.
Evan, I'm thinking I would change that word mightily to mildly.
I don't think so after your Up Arlington girls lacrosse struggle last year.
Yeah, we're going to advise you to not go back and watch that broadcast. $9:18 to go in the first
Taylor
overtime
Cook
period.
with a pretty good shot there. Good save by Knight.
Comet fans, players, coaches, residents holding their breath there as that one was destined right towards Knight's hands. This is a big hit laid on Krogan, and there's a stoppage of play.
On a yellow card.
Finally, after I say many times, you know, maybe we see a card coming. We get one.
Sophia Taylor coming back in the game for Centerville.
Not sure if that was anything intentional, just two girls going full speed ran into each other. But with the quantity of fouls that we've seen from the Elks so far, I'm not surprised to see that one.
That's a big word for you, Ben. In your math vocabulary, quantity. I'm surprised you know what that means.
You know what? Someday I'm going to prove you wrong.
All right, I'm waiting. Kiefer with a boot for the Comets to Baird. Pretty close shot there. Didn't look like there was much of a window. Almost able to find the net.
Colopy didn't really move on that one. Maybe I don't know if she knew it was going to be far left.
That was a lot closer than it seemed like it was going to be.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough to get a shot even that close from the distance Baird put on it. With 8:30 left to go in the first overtime period, deadlocked at 0.
Comets throw in. Sophia Main finds Riley Curl. It's cleared up ahead. Kiefer trying to save it, but it goes right back to Jang.
How about the speed from Schaufel?
Yeah, big play trying to clear it, but the
She's got to
Elks
get up.
still able to save it. And cross into Jang. And a boot there, but unfortunately for the Elks, just kind of missed there. That was Sophia Taylor, just kind of ricocheted kind of off the top of her foot. Big break for the Comets.
Halfway. See, there's that math. Now we're halfway through the first overtime period. 7:30 to go. Both teams have had some pretty good opportunities for only 7 minutes and 30 seconds of play.
Starting to slowly prove me wrong, Ben.
That's my goal. Hey, 3 points.
Again, that's about six for the Elks, 3 for the Comets. I believe if we were playing some football.
Wrong kind of football.
So Sophia Taylor with consecutive shots for the Elks. 1 too far to the right and 1 too high.
You know, we got a comment asking us if the vocabulary test was next, and you may beat me in the math section, but I think I would take the cake on the vocabulary.
Never heard you use a 6-letter word or higher, Ben. I don't know what vocabulary.
Clearly, you've never
beat me
played
in.
Scrabble with me. 6:20 left to go in this one. Another one destined for the back line, and another goal kick coming from the Comets, most likely taken by Kiefer.
The Comets really controlled the beginning of this overtime period, but the Elks got some shots these last couple minutes. Kiefer's kick goes to the Elks. The Comets able to win it back. Curl tries to save it. Out of bounds, pass too far for Jang. A good play by Schaffel, and Kiefer's there as well. Prevent the shot from Taylor Cook.
How about the defense from Carly Kiefer? This one going out of bounds.
And a long throw in. Caught Knight a little bit off guard.
I think something that I've definitely seen progression, at least, as Knight's had to step up and take these full responsibilities of the whole game playing in goal, is she's a lot more comfortable coming off her line, and you saw it there. She could have hesitated, and if this was a couple games ago, this one might be a W for Centerville on that play, but she was confident, came off her line early, and corralled it in.
Baird trying to find Curl ahead. Would have been a good opportunity with 2 to 3 right there for the Comets.
Just a little over 4 minutes to go here. Now we got this 15-minute overtime period.
And Curl's in the area trying to get foul. No call there, and that was probably the right call.
Got tangled up a little bit. There's not much you can do about that. And kind of like football, you got those. They won't call the pass interference because that was uncatchable. It didn't really look like Curl had a real shot at that one.
Yeah, Curl's kind of behind the ball as well. And in this stage of the game, a call like that can have such a big impact.
So if this first overtime period ends in a tie, we get a second overtime period, 15 minutes. And if that one still deadlocked, then we do get penalty kicks.
So Curl trying to find Maine there. Just a little bit off to the left. The Elks with possession. There's Jang. Baird trailing her. She's going to kick it back out.
3 minutes to go here in overtime.
Yeah, Baird able to get a foot on it there.
Centerville's putting pressure on this Mason defense.
Taylor Cook will send it in to Adelite. The Comets win it back, though. Good job by Schaffel to Baird. So Elks go back to the middle of the field.
2.5 minutes to go.
Brandt. She'll send it in. Kiefer's there. Kiefer again, the header. Trying to get possession back for the Comets, but Jang with some space. Passes to the right side of the field.
2-minute warning. Once again, if we're playing the other football.
Overtime period.
Want some space ahead.
She was
and
onside.
Curl can win that one. Fortunately not able to, but the Comets still able to keep possession with Krogan.
I mean, we can't say enough about both defenses today and both back lines. That's not even mentioning the goalies and Copley for the Elks and Knight for the Comets. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, you tend to kind of focus when it's 0-0, just not good offense. But I mean, it's been really good defense all game, not allowing the offenses to really get many shots off. I mean, the Comets have kind of been more of a defensive team all year, with the Elks not allowing a goal so far. There's not really much of a surprise.
We are approaching the 1 minute mark here. And once again, looks like we could be destined for a second overtime game. Once again, the second straight game in the playoffs for Mason.
So Hopton's going to kick back to the goalie, Knight. She'll kick it back to Hopton over the middle. Common's trying to get it back to the outside. Curl wins the header for the Comets.
35 seconds to go.
Krogan. Got to play with some urgency here, trying to at least get a shot off. Smart clear there. For the Elks, Comets going to have to hustle, go track that one down and get a throw in.
15 seconds to go here, so if Mason wants a shot, they're going to have to go quick.
Searles will throw it in with just about 10 to go.
9, 8, 7,
She doesn't have anyone to throw it to. It'll be a soft throw in. Nothing doing in the first overtime. We're still deadlocked at 0 between the number 1 Centerville Elks and the number 4 Mason Comets. Second overtime, here we go.
By a second, 15-minute sudden victory overtime period.
If I was stuck on a deserted island, I think I'd bring Larson Brown and some playing cards.
I would bring a bunch of bacon cheeseburgers and some Dr. Pepper.
Oh, if I was stuck on a desert island, I would bring food and water.
If I was stuck on a desert island, I'd bring a boat and some gas.
If I brought 2 items to a desert island, I'd probably bring a knife and a plane.
If I was on a desert island, I would bring a rope to tie things up and probably a food supply, like, frozen beef to cook.
If I was stuck in a desert island, I'd bring Caden Evans because he's a good friend of mine, and then I'd bring some chicken Alfredo because it's my favorite food.
The 2 items I would bring a machete. You need a machete to chop some stuff down, build a shelter, and then I would bring some water.
If I was stuck on a desert island, I would bring a boat and my pet monkey.
If I was stuck on a desert island, I would bring my dog and a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
If I could be any animal, I'd probably be a panther because Black Panther is my favorite movie.
A lion, because I feel like I got a lot of courage, and I feel like I'm brave enough to just go out and do anything.
I would compare myself to a cheetah because I'm super fast.
If I compare myself to any animal, I'll compare myself to a cheetah because I'm fast.
If I could be any animal, I'd be a polar bear because I'm hairy and I like to be in the cold.
If I could compare myself with any animal, I would be a lion because they're just a good animal.
If I could compare myself to any animal, I would say a lion, So they like to chill out and do their thing, but if they have to go do something, they'll do it.
If I was going to be an animal, it would be a monkey because you're smart, and I'm pretty smart.
If I could be any animal, I would be a capybara because that's my favorite animal.
Welcome back. to Bellbrook High School, the neutral site. The 1-seeded Centerville Elks are deadlocked with the 4-seeded Mason Comets. A GMC powerhouse going up against the GWOG powerhouse. I'm Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon. Evan, why don't you tell us about regulation in the first overtime?
Well, it's been a defensive game. Obviously 0-0 the score shows. And there really hasn't been a ton of really shot opportunities for either team. Just been some easy saves for Knight, some easy saves for Colopy. There hasn't really been any extraordinary plays have to be made because these back lines, defense just playing spectacular on both sides of the ball.
Centerville received the opening kick of the first overtime. Mason gets the second. That'll be Riley Curl to take. One of the 15 seniors on this Mason Comet team. Some injured. Some haven't gotten any time yet. But Mason starts. We'll flip the field here. Mason will be scoring over on the left end. Centerville takes control early. Look at inside, coming up to clear. Ainsley Schaufel, a nice ball, one in the corner. Janie Davies eventually gets there.
Smart play from Davies there. Just able to clear it, prevent the attack from Centerville. It's going to be the leading scorer, Connor, with the throw-in.
You know, we haven't seen any goals yet, but we've seen some opportunities from both teams. But Connor's not one of those players we've seen a lot of opportunities from. She hasn't taken any shots today, I believe. Mason trying to return here. Riley Curl with it now. A nice touch to Shannon Krogan. Shannon Krogan trying to make something happen with 3 defenders on her. A nice move. She's still going. And a nice hold off by the Centerville defender. Scary moment for the Elks there.
Yeah, in perfect position there. Able to kind of line up with the goalie. And, wow. Might have been the Comets' best chance they've had.
Once again, we've said that a few times, and it seems like a lot of it is talking when Shannon Krogan's going at it. This one will lead to another Mason throw-in. Battled for over on the left side. And Mason fans want an offside call. This one cleared. It will be a Centerville throw-in. A nice ball from Carly Kiefer. Over on the right wing, Janie Davies with a nice defense on Connor. Gives it off to Spittler. Spittler back to Connor, a little give and go action. The cross. Across the middle, headed out by Emma Gex.
That was on target there. Good job for Gex to go up and get it, but the Elks still with possession.
Luckily, Annalise Knight able to haul it in with 12:30 left to go in the second overtime period. If neither team can score, we're looking at penalty kicks. Centerville throw in now. They're not giving in. Back and forth action. A lot of room across the middle eventually. Kiefer's able to come up and deflect it.
Yeah, other than that first shot in the second overtime by the Comets, the Elks have really kind of controlled the possession down in their attacking third.
A deep ball is going to end up to be a throw-in for Centerville. Mason has really not controlled the ball for more than a few seconds at all in this second overtime period. We're about 3 minutes and a half into this second overtime period, 11:30 to go. Centerville threatening once again. The back line of the Comets is what's held strong, what's caused this 0-0 tie.
Connor kind of misplays it there. Good job by Davies, able to win it.
Referee's going to slow up play. Not sure why. It'll be a throw-in for Davies. Deja vu, another throw-in for Davies off the head of Spittler. Say deja vu is for a lot of reason. We saw this exact same matchup in the exact same round on the exact same day last year, November 2nd, the regional semifinals. Mason Comets and Centerville Elks. Centerville took that one, and they're pushing here in second overtime. We're approaching the 10-minute mark here. Spittler battling with Searles. Trying to get around her. Searles not budging.
Yeah, good job by Spittler. Able to find Connor, though, on that pass.
A lot of contact between Davies.
Wow, what a job by Janie Davies to get that ball and not fouling.
There was a lot of contact, not only not fouling, but she also had to ward off some contact. Janie Davies is a tough, physical player.
It's nice to see number 19, Elise Haller, able to come in again and compete.
Elise Haller coming into the game for the Comets, a good sign for them after her injury in the first overtime. Sam Adams for the Elks coming in. Trying to find the attacking third. Maddie Baird denies. A long ball. Trying to find Shannon Krogan, and they do. Krogan on the left side. She's got a few steps. The lefty off the field goal uprights. Once again,
That was Shannon
the
Krogan.
best opportunity Mason's had.
Her attempt just high.
Well, if you didn't know the speed of Shannon Krogan, now you know.
Yeah.
She just beat two Elks down the field. The great opportunity with the left foot. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high. Man, I could have sealed it for the Comets. Couldn't ask for a better look with your best player in that position.
8:30 to go. Well, you might have it again. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Just like usual.
8 minutes to go, almost halfway through the second overtime period. Both teams have gone back and forth. Tori Hopton trying to clear it toward midfield. Over towards the middle, Savannah Connor with a nice move, but intercepted. Is that Janie Davies again? It is. Mason's defense has held strong. That's been the story of these games, both defenses. Tori Hopton pushes it forward. Riley Curl, can't you get to it? It's headed out of bounds by Brooklyn Larrymore for a Mason throw-in. Curl's going to throw it deep to Emma Gex.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit soft trying to find Curl on that pass, but Kiefer able to keep the Comets' possession. Carly Kiefer just had an outstanding game for the Comets defensively.
It's going to be another Mason throw-in. Mason kind of taking their time now. We're over halfway through the second overtime period. 6:35 for either team to score, or we're going to see some PKs. Jana Searles to take this free kick. And Colopy, how far off her line has she come on some of these free kicks all night long?
That's just trusting your abilities, having 100% confidence. Just Colopy.
And when you're a keeper,
just a routine play for her.
Yeah, when you're a keeper, you got to play with confidence. And if there's one thing she plays with, it is that confidence. And like you said, the ability she knows she has. 6-minute mark, second overtime. There she is again. Terrific game all night long. Only let up 7 goals on 56 attempts. Good for an 88.9% save percentage. Janie Davies going to have a hard time holding off her defender. Decides to just clear it.
A smart play there. Davies didn't really have much of an angle to kind of advance it upfield. Just does the next best thing, clears it.
And number 19, Audi Reiner.
So Audi Reiner can take the throw in fresh into the game.
She's only a sophomore, one of the many Centerville underclassmen having an impact on this team. Pushing now, intercepted by Hopton. Towards midfield, Maddie Baird pressing defense. Under 5 minutes to go. 0-0 still. Over on the wing, Haley Jang, double teamed, finds Connor. Connor the cross. And a nice head.
A little bit dangerous there. Connor had a lot of space to make that cross in. Comets fortunately able to come up with it.
They elected to that double team there, leaving Connor wide open. And we have 4:23 to decide who is going to take on Mount Notre Dame. Centerville with a throw in. And that one just a little too far. Couldn't find Haley Jang inside. Corralled by the freshman keeper, Annalise Knight. Annalise Knight, I know we talk about Colopy all broadcast, but Knight's only given up 5 goals in 35 attempts, 87.5%. It'll be a throw in for Janie Davies here with 3:30 left to go. Inside the box, Knight's coming off her line. A nice job by Kiefer to hold her off. That looks scary over on the left side. I believe it was Taylor Cook who was coming up for Centerville. Janie Davies, another ball won, and she's had to take some playing time with the injury of Amelia Guerin, and she's done so to perfection, at least in this game. 3-minute mark. Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon. The regional semifinals between the Mason Comets and the Centerville Elks. We're 3 minutes away here from PKs.
Yeah, the second overtime has really been all Elks other than the Comets' first chance at the beginning of the game with Krogan's shot.
The Elks in the black and yellow unis, Comets wearing white and green. Annalise Knight corrals another one. Another good shot from Sam Adams. Quietly puts together a decent game. About as good of an offensive game as you can have in a 0-0 ball game. 2:30 to go. Boy. Centerville pushing it again. It's Savannah Connor, the leading goal scorer for Centerville. She's got a good shot. A nice pass. Mason's defense got to step up. Annalise Knight is there.
Yeah, good job. Defense kind of forming a wall there. Defender slipped for the Comets, but Kiefer kind of able to stay in position there. It's a nice move by Connor, able to kind of set the whole thing up, but Comets defense prevails.
A whistle, and it's going to be a foul on Centerville. What do you say, Evan? This might be the best game we've seen Knight put together.
1 minute.
And it's because of that confidence we talked about that Colopy has. 1 minute to go in the second overtime period. Mason's last-ditched effort will come via a free kick from the winning goal scorer in last game, Carly Kiefer. Colopy comes off her line with comfort.
It's about as good as a free kick as you can ask for. Being Colopy come out of the goal. Fortunately, a little bit too far.
I mean, Colopy just loses the handle on just one of these balls she's coming off the line for. The game's over, and that's speaking of the offense that Mason's had. About as good of offense you can have without scoring. 20 seconds to go. until we have PKs. Mason trying to push inside. This one trying to be cleared by Centerville. Curl looking inside to Shannon Krogan. And off the arms of Copley. With 8 seconds to go, Mason had their best opportunity of the game, but it's pushed.
Yeah, we said that phrase, best opportunity of the game, about 100 times, but I think we finally saw the Comets' best opportunity of the game from Krogan, unfortunately. Colopy's had about 3 or 4 shots where she's been able to block him all game. And, man, that would have been pretty crazy for the Comets to score.
From
kind
tonight.
of a buzzer beater. We don't usually see those in soccer.
Yeah, from tonight. Still deadlocked at 0-0 after 2 overtimes. Make sure to join us back here from some penalty kicks. The Mason Comets and the Centerville Elks in the regional semifinals.
Hi, my name is Leila Sheikh, and I'm a member of the Mason Hope Squad. Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention and mental health awareness program here at MHS and at the Mason Middle School. We have over 50 Hope Squad members ranging across all 4 grades. We spread our awareness through social media posts on our Instagram and Twitter, as well as flyers throughout the school and just speaking to peers throughout the year. Something we did recently was hang up our See Something, Say Something posters in every classroom, so resources are readily available for you, friends, and teachers alike. If you or anyone you know need any type of support, please reach out to anyone wearing Hope Squad pins, shirts, and or just gear in general, and we would be willing to help and support anyone who's in need. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Bellbrook High School after regulation, after first overtime, after a second overtime. The one-seeded Centerville Elks are tied up with the Mason Commons at 0. In the regional semifinals, I'm Ben Haller alongside Evan Amazon.
Well, we made it. This game's finally going to come to an end soon. The most exciting part of soccer, in my opinion. A lot of other people, the penalty kicks, a lot of action. You know, some goals are going to be scored. So each team will get 5 penalty kicks. They're going to alternate on the shots. And
it's going to be.
I'm excited, Ben. I can't wait.
I'm excited. We're going to see the senior and Allison Colopy in goal for Centerville against the freshman Annalise Knight in goal for the Comets. And as Colopy's lining up, it looks like Mason will take the first PK. You can see Annalise Knight nervous over on the baseline. Only as a freshman, that's a tough spot to be in. I wouldn't be surprised to see Carly Kiefer as she is walking up there. She won Mason the game in the district finals by her penalty kick.
Yeah, the goalies really haven't had to do much all game. They just had some easy saves. Now these saves aren't going to be easy anymore.
For Mason, number 2, Carly Kiefer.
So here we go. Senior defender Carly Kiefer, the Anderson University commit, to get it started for the Mason Comets. Kiefer goes left, and it's good!
A nice placement by Kiefer. Even though Colopy dove in the same direction as the shot, just able to knock it in perfectly in the left side of the goal. Well done from Kiefer, putting it where even the goalie couldn't get it, even on a dive.
Stepping up for Centerville. Facing across Annalise Knight, it's going to be Brooklyn Larrymore.
Brooklyn Larrymore.
A sophomore going up against a freshman. We'll see what Larrymore can do. Can she equalize? Larrymore elects right and top right, and it's good. Tied up at 1.
And similar to Kiefer's kick, just Knight dove the right way, but again, just too high. And if you can kind of find those corners, it's so hard to even get a hand on it, even on the dives.
Mason now. They're going to go with one of their younger players, a junior. She's a forward.
Second leading scorer on the year.
7 goals. Maddie Baird this time. Top and good!
A really good placement there from Maddie Baird. Gets the top of the net. Right below the crossbar, and again, just putting it where the goalie can't get it.
Mason perfect so far. Can Centerville do the same?
One save might be all it takes.
That'll be Molly Weidman, the junior forward for Centerville. She's had a few shots today, few shots on goal. Finally going to get a good opportunity to put one in. Weidman against Knight. Weidman goes right, and Knight froze up. And we're tied at 2.
It's such a tough ask. One of the freshmen goalkeeper trying to save one. Good placement again. So both teams are combined 4 for 4.
Up for Mason, number 10, Jana Searles.
Jana Searles, another senior for the Comets. She's the Division I Bowling Green commit out of the MAC. Searles to the left and in. Mason's 3 for 3.
Yeah, there's been so many times where Colopy and Knight have dove the right way, but still just elite placement.
Mason assured an over 50% clip from this penalty kick point.
It's good math again.
Yeah.
Up for Centerville, number 16.
For the Elks, it's going to be Alexia Peterson, a junior midfielder. She's been quiet all game. Can she make her moment? To the right, no direction for Knight chosen again, and they tied at 3.
I feel like we could be here a while, Ben, with the way these kicks are going.
Number 15, Shannon Krogan.
And here's the star for the Comets, Shannon Krogan, undecided on college, potentially a Division I college soccer player. She leads the Comets in scoring.
They had a lot of opportunities this game as well to cash in.
11 goals on the year. That leads the Comets. Can she make it? 12. Krogan. Top right and in. The placement from Krogan all season long. And she proves it there. 4 for 4. The Mason Comets are looking good, but Centerville right on their tail at 3 for 3.
Yeah, again, nothing Colopy can do with that.
For Centerville.
Comets doing a good job finding the top of the net.
Morgan Spittler.
Now Spetler gonna take the kick for the Elks.
Megan Spittler, sophomore forward. Going to the left. This time, Knight once again chooses the right direction. Can't get there. 4 for 4. Now this is the last opportunity.
My favorite Wendy's meal. 4 for 4.
4 for 4. I mean,
both teams.
Yeah. Elise Haller. She's dealt with some injuries even in this game. Walks up to the penalty spot, the senior. With 7 goals, 4 assists. That's a total of 18 points on the year. Standing across, Copley. To the left, and Copley saves! Centerville can end it with a goal here.
Good
It's
job.
all up to Annalise Knight.
Good job by Copley. They're extending the arms. And pressure's on now for the freshman goalkeeper. Split time with Kylie Dahlgren. Dahlgren fortunately came down with an injury.
Up for Centerville to kick.
Now the biggest moment, Annalise Knight's soccer career, the freshman, trying to keep the Comets.
She's across, no senior either. Audie Reiner, a sophomore with 4 goals on the year, to send Centerville to the regional finals, and she does. Centerville takes down the Comets and penalty kicks. And the Mason Comets eliminated on the exact same day and the exact same round by the exact same team. A wonderful career from the 15 seniors for the Mason Comets. Couldn't get it done in penalty kicks. A lot of that due to the senior goalkeeper, Allison Colopy.
Your community is proud of you.
Yeah, it's been a great team all year long. This team that struggled at the beginning of the year, we mentioned, had a couple games they didn't score in a row. They proved all the doubters wrong, made a huge stretch. That's a 4 seed, getting all the way to the regional semifinals. Top 16 teams in this region. Top 16 teams. And the Comets, can't say enough about the growth of this team and the way they improved. And wish all the seniors good luck in their future college careers.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in tonight. Centerville takes down Mason 5-4 in penalty kicks. A tremendous season for the Mason Comets women's soccer team. But from tonight, I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner.